Good evening, everyone. I bet you everybody's feeling a little bit better right now with the Yankee win 4-0 tonight. What a performance all the way through. I cannot believe a nice little comeback. It's about time, a little clutch hitting. It started out that it was like the same old story, but they finally started coming through in the clutch. It's about time. It was a great game, and I want to go over it with you guys. But first, I have a few announcements to make. First of all, please contact the show at joeyankees28@gmail.com. If you want to be in our contest and try to win $100, well, all you have to do is go to joeyankees28@gmail.com and tell me how if the Yankees win first place and how many games they are going to win. If they don't win first place, just tell me how many games they're going to win, and you have until July 1st to do this. After July 1st, I'm going to post on NY Yankee Mania a posting of what your picks are. The winner will get the $100 prize. If there's a tie, you will split it. If the Yankees don't win the division, then we just go by how many games and who got that right. But it's a $100 prize, everyone. So I just want to let everybody know. Also, don't forget, coming on Sunday is the unveiling of the new Turnbuckle program in wrestling with JT and myself. For sure, you guys got to come and celebrate it. It's going to be something very, very special. I think you're going to like the content. You are going to just see exactly what it is to do a Turnbuckle Talk program that we're going to be doing on YouTube that's going to average the fan. It's going to be for you, the fans, the young fans, all about wrestling, WWE, AEW. We have a lot of great things in store for you. Go check out the videos right now at Turnbuckle Talk on YouTube. Subscribe. You know it's for free. And you will get instant videos of updates of your favorite wrestlers, news, and you will get true news. You will not get fake news there, not at all. If we can't verify it, it doesn't happen. But it's all exciting this weekend, and it all starts on Turnbuckle Talk on YouTube, debuting on Sunday, 6/8/2025. So we're real excited about that. So we have that. We have the contest going on. As you know, we changed our time, 8:30 in the morning, with coffee, bagels, and everything else that goes with it, with the Yankee Talk in the chat. And that show consists of myself and Ken from The Ugly Truth. We are the two co-hosts of Coffee Bagels in the Morning. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and we're real happy to bring it to you. As far as before we get to the game, everyone, I want to give you guys a nice scoreboard update. Some good news: the Texas Rangers lead the Tampa Bay Rays 3-1, the top of the 8th. Kansas City Royals 7, the Cardinals 5, bottom 6. The Astros 0-0 with the Pirates delayed in rain. A crazy game. The Diamondbacks 11, the Braves 10. The Cardinals beat the Royals 6-5, final in 10. The White Sox did it again. They beat the Tigers 3-2 in final in 10. The Blue Jays creamed all over the place. The Philadelphia Phillies 9-1. The Athletics did a demolishing on the Twins 14-3. The Orioles won again. The Orioles 4, the Mariners 3. The Giants beat the Padres 3-2. The Mets in a thriller lost to the Dodgers 6-5. The Cubs 7-1 over the Nationals. And of course, that leads us to our New York Yankees winning 4-0. What a nice pitching performance from Fried. I was getting a little concerned because the pitch count went up, and we were scared about that. But he did give us 6 innings. I said he would go 7. I said 8 strikeouts. He gave up 7, so no earned runs, and basically 1 hit. Mark Leiter came in for a third of an inning. Actually, he gave up 2 hits, 1 K. Tim Hill, I think, was the pitching star along with Fried tonight. 1 2/3 innings and 1 K, gave up nothing, and got out of a bases loaded jam. And also Loizaga, 1 inning, 1 K. So the bullpen did its job tonight, and we're real happy about that. No question about it. So that is the scoreboard as of right now. I'd like to say hello to Jason, Jonathan, Jacob Petruzzi. How you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Hey Ken, hey Celia, how you doing? Sean Browning. And I will get to all of your posts in just a minute. But guys, we finally hit some in the clutch. But as I was listening to Ken on The Ugly Truth, as he does a great play-by-play, they're swinging at the first pitches again. Shame on Volpe. Again, I want to go through the negatives first, and then we'll talk about all the positives. So that was a negative. Trent Grissom's got to get on base more. And Volpe, when he throws the ball to third base, it looks like it's an error. That might have been on Chisholm, but you got to throw the ball more accurate. You've got to throw the ball to his stomach, to his side. Don't keep throwing it to the side and everything, and you're also risking Chas Chisholm to get hurt. So those are my negatives for tonight, but a lot of positives. As I said in our pregame show today, Cody Bellinger was going to be the guy, and he was. And I'm so happy for him. And critics can get off of his back for a little bit. So I'm very, very happy about that. We did the little things finally for a change. They hit the first and third, and they were stealing a base. The ball went into center field. Chas Chisholm went to third base. This is what the Yankees have to do. Get off the damn homers. Play little ball. And we can get somewhere aside from being ousted. This is the whole thing with the New York Yankees. And if they can continue doing that, if Boone keeps seeing that we can turn and twist, then you're going to see a different ball club. So kudos to the Yankees tonight for playing that small ball. And of course the home run by Bellinger, I'm not going to take credit, but I did call it. And remember that lamp stood on since this morning, guys. Since this morning, to say kudos to the lamp. We do have we have one of our co-hosts with us tonight, and he also called the game. And here he is, Mr. NFE. How you doing?
What's up, Joe? How's it going?
Good. How are you doing? So tell me, tell us about the calling of the game, and what do you feel? What did you like tonight? Is there any negatives at all? What are the positives? Go ahead.
I mean, negatives about tonight's game. Volpe almost kind of blew it there with that bad throw. He almost didn't make it. With that error. The Guardians could have turned that bad error into something good for them. I was really frustrated with that. But there was a lot of positives for tonight. Pitching was on point tonight. Max Fried still managed to go 6 innings. He struck out 8 guys, or no, 7 guys. He walked a couple batters. He had a good outing. He only gave up he didn't give up any runs, right? So yeah, the Yankees won 4-0. Bellinger with a fantastic defensive play there. He saved the home run.
Yeah.
That was great. And he won, he also hit a 2-run home run in the following inning. So everything just went right. I mean, Yankees played some small ball, but I feel like this season they've been doing a lot better playing small ball as opposed to last year. They're not as heavily reliant on the home runs. I mean, and that's pretty obvious. So they won the series. They took 2 out of 3, just as I predicted. So yeah, I don't have any complaints about tonight's game. They came through. They lost 4-0 last night. They won 4-0 tonight.
It was a well played game. In the beginning, it got a little dicey. What are your thoughts? You know, we never really touched a base on a couple of players with the Yankees right now. Your thoughts on Austin Wells?
He needs to step up at the plate. I mean, so far I haven't.
What are your thoughts on Austin Wells?
Yeah, he needs to step up. He's not playing. He hasn't really been playing well this season.
Okay. I think. Can you hear me, NFV? See, wait a minute.
Brand there, man.
There you are. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm good. Can everybody good?
Right
can
now,
everybody
too?
hear me? Oh, you're better now,
Okay.
but it's just it's still a little blurry. Not too bad. I don't know what's going on.
I have there is a thing coming up on the top. There is a problem in the area. I'm seeing that here on the top. So they're
Okay.
working on it. As always, we have to deal with these things. Well, before we get going, I want to say hello to some people in the chat. Celia, how you doing? Desiree, how's it going? I hope you're feeling better. And she's saying that Wells is a big disappointment. And she's right. CT Cards, I'm glad to see you up and going. And I'm glad that you're feeling better. Sean Browning, how are you? How's everything going there? Thank you so much for coming on to our little post-game show here with NFE. And now, so I mentioned Wells. I know you were a Peraza fan. Give me your thoughts on Peraza. He looks like he's going to snap out of it, and then he goes right back into the doldrums. What do you feel about Peraza?
I mean, Peraza went 2 for 4 today. I mean, he had a couple of hits. I mean, Peraza.
I think he's frozen.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen on my end.
Yes. Yeah, I'm getting you. I'm getting it frozen on my end. Let me remove it. All right. Sorry, everyone, but they're working on a problem right now. We're going to try it again. And Effie, are you with us?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Well, it's still up there, but they are working on the problem. It's weird the way that there's just this thing saying trouble in the area. We're working on it as soon as possible. So sorry about that, everybody in the chat, but we'll try to give you the best we can. So we were talking about Peraza.
Yeah, I like Peraza. I mean, I do. I mean, at least if he's not hitting, he's making plays at the bag. So, on when he's playing on the field. But he's trying. He's trying his best. He's coming. He does come through in some of the games. I mean, he went 2 for 4 tonight, so he at least had a couple of hits.
Yes. In the chat, NFE, Sean Browning's going, there's storms everywhere going on right now, so it's not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
And Desiree says, yeah, bad weather headed to the northeast. So that's not a great sign with the Yankees playing the Red Sox this weekend. So again, at least people are understanding. But I thought I thought Tim Hill was also a big part of tonight's game. He showed how he pitched last year, and why he belongs in that bullpen.
Yeah,
Your thoughts
I
on
like.
Tim Hill?
Yeah, I like Tim Hill. He looked fantastic out
And
there. He
he is
got the
still
Yankee.
frozen here. All right, for 2 seconds, we'll just wait for this to play out. Tim Hill pitched very well, got out of a couple of jams. We were very, very happy about that. And he's looking really, he was looking great tonight. But I think Max Fried obviously came back after that disaster in Dodger Town. So that's how an ace does it, man. They have one bad game and they come right back charging for the better. So that was good. So overall not too bad. We took 2 out of 3 from the Guardians, and that's going to lead us into the Boston Red Sox series. That's going to be happening. The Red Sox are going to be up for this. They're going to try to run on Wells and Escara all day long, but first they got to get on base. So if we can avoid that, definitely we'll be in good shape. So I'm really hoping that we do avoid all of that problem and stop that running game, what they did to us last year. And of course, you've got to stop the culprits. You got to stop Divas. You got to stop all of that. But overall, like I said, it was a pretty good week. I mean, we took 2 out of 3 from the Guardians. And it would have been nice, obviously, a sweep, but 2 out of 3, as the song says, ain't bad at all. So that's excellent, and it's nice to see Bellinger coming out. Judge had a hit or two. He was intentionally walked. Chaz had a really good game. Volpe, Volpe's Volpe. For some reason, when you bat him low, he plays well. When you bat him 5th or 6th, he's a different player. I think, in my opinion, he puts too much pressure on himself. That's what he does. Volpe puts too much pressure on himself when he's not batting 7th, 8th, or 9th. I don't know what it is, why he changes his philosophy, but that's what it looks like to me. We're going to try. I think we've got it solved. I think we can have NF feedback. How you doing? Sorry for the problem.
You're good.
Okay, so we were talking, just going over basically just tonight's game, the feel. It just was a different feel. Last night, they were totally flat, and you got to agree with that. Last night was just a total disaster. But tonight, you could see the energy was there. Everything was there for the taking for them to win this game. And Max Fried is just amazing. He's an ace. I mean, there's no question about it. Where would the Yankees be without Max Fried, everyone? Where would they be? I hate to even say it. I don't even, I don't understand it. I mean, it's just incredible what Max Fried has done for us. And, Atlanta must be scratching themselves in the head saying we should have signed him. So your thoughts on that, NFE?
No, I was very happy that the Yankees signed
Max Fried.
Yeah, I was happy that the Yankees signed Max Fried. There was no doubt that I was saying that, even during the offseason, whether or not the Yankees signed Soto or did not sign Soto, they absolutely needed to find another starting pitcher. And I'm glad that they signed Max Fried because in Cole and Hill's absence, like Desiree says, he's been phenomenal. So, I don't have any complaints about Max Fried whatsoever. I was very happy with that signing. They needed another starter. Again, with Soto or without Soto, it didn't matter. They needed another starter because if they didn't sign Max Fried, I wasn't as confident I wasn't going to be as confident with the rotation. But once they signed him, I felt a lot better. Mm-hmm. And the rotation has been pretty decent. all things considered, but Fried is leading the pack there.
Oh, no question. Here's a statement from Sean Browning. Time to platoon Escara and Wells. What about that? I agree with that. NFE, what do you think of that? Would you like to see a platoon system now, or do you want to still give Wells the opportunity to be the number one, to keep them the number one catcher?
Well, I want Escara. I want Escara to get some more playing opportunities. I think Escara. I mean, I don't think defensively, he's not a bad catcher. I don't think he's as good of a catcher defensively as Wells is, if I'm being honest. But his at bats, though, in the games that he's played, he's shown better at bats than Wells has. I feel as though he does show a little bit more patience at the plate. So at least play Escara when Will Warren is pitching, because I feel like those two have very good chemistry together.
Mm-hmm. Now, there was a lot of talk about Boone with Marcus Stroman, that he may be coming back and being put in the rotation. Do you agree with that? Do and what would you do? I see you shaking your head. I don't like that idea at all. But your thoughts on that?
No, I definitely don't want Stroman back in the rotation. I mean, I suppose if I'm not saying I'm thinking like Boone is right now, but the way I'm seeing it is he's probably thinking about putting him back into the rotation, because he's not going to hit 140 innings. That's a fact. So because he had that vested option if he hits 140 innings, so you could forget about that vested option. So he's not going to hit 140 innings. Maybe he's thinking put him back into rotation. I don't know if it's to kind of showcase him to other teams, which would make him a little bit more attractive. If he was to pitch well, that's going to be the biggest question: is he going to be able to pitch well? Because there's going to be teams that are going to look for pitching. They're going to need pitching. So maybe if Stroman can prove himself, maybe the Yankees trade him during the deadline and trying to get something back, and it'll make it a little bit more appealing because of the fact that, he's not going to hit that 140 innings mark. So he's not going to go pitch 140 innings. So maybe that could be the idea here for Boone. But, I suppose it does give him an extra arm, but I don't really want him back in the rotation, to be honest with you. I think the rotation, it is fine where it is. But who would he replace is the question. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Who do you trust?
I mean, the only person that I could see him replacing is really Will Warren. I mean, that really. But there's a likely chance that when Luis Hill gets back, he could replace Warren in that rotation. Maybe they could go that route, because Ryan Yarbrough has looked really good for the Yankees in that rotation, and he's been doing a great job there for the Yankees. So there's gonna be some questions. There's gonna be questions for these are questions for the Yankees to answer. But they're in a good situation in a way. They're in an interesting situation, but I would hate to be the decision maker there.
Well, that goes without saying. That is going to be a very, very tough decision for the coaches and for Aaron Boone and the brain trust. No question in my mind. Another question that's been arising is now we're hearing Giancarlo Stanton is getting closer. What kind of Giancarlo Stanton are we going to get? Are we getting the power hitter? Are we getting, what are we getting? And what does that mean for the lineup? And the dimension of, the bench, basically. I mean, the bench has to get better. We know that. And I think it will get better with Stanton. But in your opinion, Effie, what kind of Stanton do you think we're going to be getting, in your opinion?
Your guess is just as good as mine. I don't know what kind of Stanton we're going to get. I mean, hopefully it's a healthy Stanton, right? Let's hope it's a healthy Stanton. But what kind of Stanton are we going to get? I don't know. But the only thing I do hope for, and I hope that we do get, just like we have in previous years, is if when the Yankees get to the postseason, that we get postseason Stanton. because yes, he hasn't put up great numbers in the regular season for the Yankees, but he has come through in the postseason. He's been the best player for the Yankees in the postseason. So I'll say that, at least for the postseason, I hope we get postseason Stanton, the Stanton that we all see in the postseason that's been coming through big time. But as far as what we get for regular season, again, your guess is just as good as mine.
Well, here's the thing, though. Depending on how Stanton develops, to me, it's also gonna tie. Forget about money situation. It's gonna tie Cashman's hand because let's say they have a deal. Let's just say, for argument's sake, of Ben Rice. They can't make that trade. They can't, because if he goes down, then what do? You're going to depend on who? Who are you going to depend on? So, there's a lot of questions that have to be answered about Stanton's health in the lineup, because let's face it, Ben Rice's name is going to come up in a trade, in my opinion. There's no question, and I think that's gonna hurt Brian Cashman's. He's already limited with the cash. So can you imagine now he's got to make a decision? We have to, what Stanton are we going to get? So that's going to be another difficult task if they're going to try to get a third baseman, if they're going to try to get a second baseman, move, whatever the move is. This Stanton thing is a lot more serious than we really give it credit for, because it can stop a lot of other Yankee moves, in my opinion. That's the way I feel about it.
Well, I don't expect the Yankees to make a lot of moves at the trade deadline anyway. I think they're only going to make a couple of moves. I think, if I had to, they're always going to look at, they're going to go after a bullpen arm. There's no question about that. They're going to definitely look for one or two bullpen arms, and I could see them going after a right-handed bat. Although at the same time, I could always see the argument from the Yankees that, they got DJ, they got Jazz back now, they got Giancarlo, so they don't really need to get another bat. But I would suggest, I would say they need to get another bat, especially for, third base. If not third base, then second base. If they're going to keep Jazz at third, but I'd rather Jazz play second and go out there and get a third baseman. And as far as getting a starter, honestly, the pitching market, the starting pitching market during the deadline is just going to be it's going to be expensive, because there's going to be a lot of teams looking, and teams that are going to be selling, they're going to sell high, and they're going to want the best back from teams that are looking for pitching, and the Yankee tax is definitely real. So there's no doubt that there's no doubt that they're always going to try and fleece the Yankees. So I honestly, right now it's like too early to tell. But as far as the deadline goes, I don't anticipate the Yankees making too many moves. Although you never know. But I think a bullpen arm, one or two bullpen arms, and a righty bat is what I'm guessing. But I'm sure they'll be looking at the starting pitching market too. It wouldn't hurt. They might make a move for all we know. But we'll see.
There's a right-hander with the Cincinnati Reds that Ken from The Ugly Truth keeps talking about. The name escapes me right now. Maybe you might have it on top of your head. I think it's Al something. I'm not 100% sure, but it is feasible that they can get him for one of the starting positions in some type of trade at the deadline, or maybe even before. But again, you have to see if Cincinnati, there's going to be so many wild card people, wild card teams that will it be a seller's market? I don't see it. I just don't see it. A couple of teams, yes, but they're going to ask for a ransom, And I guarantee you one thing, NFE, the Detroit Tigers are going to get another starting pitcher. You can take that to the bank. They are going to go all out, because I think they feel right now they can beat any team in the American League, especially if they add another pitcher. Think about it. Can you imagine if they go in, whoever it is, even the guy that's on the Marlins who's not pitching well, who knows? He might resurface. He's going to Detroit. He's going to be in the playoffs. Contra. So the Tigers are the scariest team, I think, in the American League right now. In my opinion, they are the scariest team, and they've always given the Yankees a hard time in the playoffs. Just look at the history, and when the Tigers are good, they usually outclass the Yankees no matter what. I mean, in a couple of those years, we had Murderous Row and Cano and couldn't do anything with the Tigers. Nothing. And they weren't even as half of the Tigers just play every type of ball. They play with you. They do small ball. They do long ball. They have great pitching. They have good relief pitching, and I'm telling you, if they can go out and maybe surface a couple of minor leaguers or whatever and go get even a Contra for 1 year, they're going to do it. They're going to do it, and they're going to be very scary. I like them better than the Dodgers right now, to be honest with you. I mean, because the Dodgers, obviously they have a lot of problems. They have a lot of injuries. Listen, they split with the Mets, but honestly, the Mets should have won 3 out of 4 of that game. Today, the Mets squandered the game. Marte got picked off at third base, which was a crazy move. I mean, how he was so off the base. I mean, even the announcers would say, like, where's he going? So they squandered. They gave him the game. They said, here, Dodgers, go ahead. And they took advantage of it. You can't make one error against this Dodger team. They will pounce, and they will pounce, and they will pounce on you. The Yankees, they make a mistake. I have an interesting stat for you. Do you know from home plate hitting, okay, that includes a home run or whatever, the Yankees have scored more runs from home plate than they have from third base. A runner coming in from third base. Now, don't you think that's a little strange?
I mean, it's an interesting stat, as far as it being strange, I guess.
And I don't think it's a stat that they want to bring out. But if you look at it and I'm researching it, I'm telling you, they have more runs coming from home plate than they do from third base. And that has to change. Mm-hmm. Has to change. I mean, look at the at-bat tonight of Ben Rice. Bases loaded. I mean, he's swinging to the fences. Swinging to the fences. All he had to do was choke up a little bit and whatever. Go to the left side. No, they got to pull it. And of course, it's the double play. How many double plays are the Yankees going to hit into that's going to bite them and where? I mean, come on. The philosophy of this team is sometimes it drives you nuts. It drives you nuts. So many teams have bases loaded, nobody out. And the logic is 2 runs. The Yankees have to pray to get 1. You can't fight me on that. It's the truth right now. And, I'm flabbergasted that they see it time and time again, but nothing changes. People give themselves up a little bit, choke up on the bat a little bit. You don't have to hit the ball 9 miles. We just want that runner to come home from third base. I mean, it's just an analogy, NFE. I mean, it's just the way I feel. You may feel differently. I don't know, but I'd love to hear it.
Where would you like me to start?
Go ahead. I want you to start. This is a show that air it out. Don't worry about it. Just air it out.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Ben Rice goes, I mean, yeah, it's just one play. Yeah, he didn't see that double play. It didn't exactly work out. But, I mean, I'm not going to really go after Ben Rice because he's actually having a pretty good season. He's hitting the ball a lot better this year. His His exit velo is really good, but he has come through quite a bit. I mean, he's having a good,
Mhm.
I would call this his first year. I'm not gonna really count last year as his first year because he was only up for about a month or so. But I think he's looked a lot better. I mean, he's put on a little bit of muscle, and I feel like he's doing he's hitting the ball well. That much I do know, and that ball is the exit velo off of his bat is really good. Hard hit the barrel the hard hit balls. I mean, he's averaging around like 98 to 100 miles per
Listen,
hour. So
right. No, yeah, and you're right. But what I'm saying is, I mean, they're dissecting Rice right now. That was a horrible at bat by Rice.
yeah,
AJ says the Yankee offense stinks with the bases loaded. Let's see. We said that one already. What do we got here? So we said that. Don't need to hit the ball to the Empire State Building. So these are the comments that we're getting. And Desiree, yeah, they left way too many base runners. I mean, we won 4-0. The Yankees won 4-0. But so I hate critiquing, but NFE, you know as well as I do, if they don't take care of it, somehow it's going to bite them in the butt. And I keep saying that till I'm blue in the face. And it usually happens. I know we all want to stay positive. Please, I understand that. But if you don't address and be prepared, it's gonna happen again and again and again. I mean, when Volpe threw that error, okay, I don't know. I don't know which one is at fault. It wasn't a good throw. Maybe Chaz, he didn't want to get off the base. He wanted to get the guy out. I understand that. But that was such a reminder of the World Series. It was pathetic. And I just can't stress it enough. Hey, Edgelock, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. We're going to play against Boston this weekend. We have to play well. They're going to have their ace going up against us. I'm not too worried about the Red Sox. You're talking about Crochet. I think Judge will take care of him. I think they're going to be okay against that. He hasn't bowled well against any other teams anyway. He hasn't been the greatest of pitching. So, he's okay. He's a good pitcher. I'm not taking that away, but I think the Yankees will handle him. I really do. Let's see. Tampa just came back from 3-1, bottom of the ninth, and won. Incredible. They play great in that Yankees in George Steinbrenner Field. Do they ever leave that field? My God. And again, Texas, their relief pitching is horrible. I mean, they have good starting pitching. And Tampa, I don't think Tampa's going to want to leave that stadium, NFE. I think they're going to pay the Yankees another $15-20 million next year if they keep playing like this. I mean, they're so everything stays the same. The American League East stays the same. We're still 6 games up in the loss column. So that's good. But now, thank you, Desiree, for that update. But this Boston series, and now we got to worry about the weather also. I don't want a doubleheader. I definitely don't want a doubleheader. That would be hard on not only the Yankees, but we don't need that right now. So we got to see how that goes. But I think the Yankees can handle the Red Sox. I'm looking for 2 out of 3. How about you?
I think the Yankees could take 2 out of 3, but I'm not sleeping on Boston because it's an AL East team. They're always going to play the Yankees tough. They always play each other tough. So, I don't think it's going to be necessarily a cakewalk. Boston's going to play tough against the Yankees. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not going to sleep on the Red Sox.
No, and they have 2 heavy hitters out of the lineup, as we know, and they're still dangerous. But the way the Red Sox, if you dissect their year so far, look at the way they lose games. I mean, the bottom of the ninth, the bottom of the 8th, the extra innings. The bullpen falters, although Chapman has been pitching, I guess, pretty good. Chapman has been there, and he's throwing, no joke, he's throwing 102 miles an hour. That's no joke. He just can't pitch in New York. That's the bottom line. He can't pitch in New York. But maybe Fenway, he's found a little bit of an itch, and he's found youth. Don't forget, he's got to be what? He's got to be up there. He's around 35, 36 years old now, right? He's not a young, not that it's old, but I mean, for baseball and for throwing very hard, it is. So, again, I'm not going to sleep on the Red Sox, but I think, and I have a lot of faith in Yarborough. I have a lot of faith, that, and of course you got Rendon on Sunday night, which I'm looking forward to that game. If they could squeak by the Crochet game, and I think they're going to be okay. And there's a possibility they could sweep.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. I mean, they could play well against Crochet. Crochet could have his way with the Yankees, and or the Yankees could have their way with Crochet and do bad against one of their other pitchers. I mean, just never know what's going to happen. So it's like anything is possible.
Are you calling the whole weekend?
Don't know yet. Sunday I should be fine. I don't know about tomorrow and Saturday, so we're just gonna play that up by ear. So just keep your notifications on.
Okay, great. Just let everyone know. I appreciate the time that you gave us tonight. I know. Listen, I know you had a pregame. I know you did the whole game. I know you're tired, and I appreciate what you've given me tonight. But any final words? I know your time is precious. So any final words?
No, you're good. I mean, I know folks were talking about the Yankees offense, and I know sometimes they struggle with with the bases loaded or whatever, but just to kind of leave you all with this, I mean, Yankees are right now, they're fourth in batting average in the league with 257. I mean, yeah, the number's not great, but they're fourth so they're fourth. That's not bad. 521 hits, runs scored. The Yankees are third, 322. They got so far 309 RBIs. Home runs, they're number 2 on the list behind the Dodgers. They're at 97. On base percentage, they're number 1 with 342. Their slugging is at 463. They're number 2 in the league.
Okay.
I just thought I'd share those stats because
no, that's excellent. That's excellent. I listened. Listen there. The lineup to me is only going to get better, and I just pray and I pray and I pray that Stanton is at least 85% of what Stanton is, and I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah,
and everybody goes down a notch in there, and Volpe goes where he belongs, down there to give us a good bottom of the lineup, and he doesn't have to have that pressure batting 5th or 6th. I just think he becomes a better ball player, and in my opinion, he raises his average about 15, 20 points. It's proven. It's so proven. And you put him in the 7th hole or the 8th hole or the 9th hole, and he's going to hit for you. I mean, it's sort of like, well, years ago, I know a lot of people in the chat, too young for it, but Bucky Dent. Bucky Dent batted 8th or 9th. If you brought him up a little bit, he did nothing. When you kept him down there, he was clutch. He was absolute clutch. I mean, he wasn't a 350 hitter. No, of course not. But when you needed that single, if you needed that fly ball, Bucky Dent was always there. And Volpe can do the same thing down there, which I think he has a little bit more power. Not a little bit. He has more power than what Bucky Dent showed. But Bucky Dent was a World Series winner. We want to see Volpe a World Series winner too. And that's just the way I feel. So, again, appreciate everything. I know you, like I said, your time is precious, and we love it when you come on. and we'd love to see you on a little bit more as a co-host.
Cool. Yeah, no, whatever. Yeah, whatever time I got, I'll try and come on as much as I can and just chat it up with you guys. So,
thank you. Well, good luck with your calling of the games, and really, you do a great job. Everybody helps each other here. Thank you always for the best job. I mean, we have the best here. We have 161 River Avenue, Jason. We have Ken, the Ugly Truth, and yourself, NFE, and we have CT Cards, and the list goes on, and Nippon, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And with all the different shows, it's just a beautiful run, and I can't thank you guys enough.
All right, appreciate you, Joe. We'll
yes,
see you later.
Yeah, you have a good one, and thank you so much for coming on.
All right, see you later.
You got it. Have a nice night.
All right, bye.
So, guys, just a little again, the little side note. So tomorrow morning we're gonna have of course, bagels and coffee and pancakes and you name it, with myself and Ken from the Ugly Truth. We are the two co-hosts of the morning show at 8:30, our new starting time, as everybody knows. We listened, and the viewership has been going up and up. Thanks for you guys to pointing it out to me. I was seeing that, but it was like, well, I don't know, start at the top of the hour, but it really doesn't matter. And I listen to you guys, and I can't thank you enough for that. Plus, having Ken as a co-host is amazing. In the morning, he juggles a lot of different things in his life, but he finds time to come on, and I really appreciate that. Also, our pregame, again tomorrow, hopefully we don't get rained out, will be at 4:00, and it'll be myself and Ken doing the pregame, and we'll dissect everything. And of course, during the day, if there's any trades, any news, or we get the batting order, you will get that on our channel here at NY Yankee Mania. There'll be a short out there for you guys to see. And if there's big news, we'll just come on live. And then after the game, about literally 5 minutes after the game, we'll come on. I'll come on and I'll do the post game with different co-hosts or myself. And we'll dissect it, because other people have other responsibilities. Who's calling a game? Who's doing that? And when you're on the air for 3 hours, 4 hours, no reason to strain. There's always the next day, and to get help. So we all help each other, and by all means, definitely come aboard. We are growing. We are now we're going on 3 months very shortly, another week or so. And we've come this far. And I can't thank enough so many people in the chat that has made this successful and growing. And again, really can't thank you guys enough. And I really hope that you'll take a look on Sunday as we unveiled Turnbuckle Talk on YouTube channel. It will debut Sunday after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view late Saturday into Saturday night. So we're going to dissect that. There's wonderful videos on there right now. People have subscribed already, and I really appreciate that. We do have some people in the chat now that are really can't wait for it to start. I'm very excited to work with my very young, talented co-host, TJ. And if you go there and check it out, you'll love the way he puts things together, and he's an amazing talent. And I am very happy and glad that I'm tag teaming with him. And of course, this channel will grow, and we're going to grow and grow and grow as fast as we can. Thanks to you people. We're going to, as we get closer to the trade deadline, we're going to talk Yankee news. We're also going to dissect the minor leagues. We're going to have a show where we'll talk about Scranton. We'll talk about Somerset and all of the Yankee minor league systems. Where can we make a trade? Who will move up from AA to AAA? Who's going to come from AAA maybe to the Yankee roster? Is there a possibility that there might be a Spencer Jones sighting? People are asking me, Joe, do you think he's going to get traded? Absolutely not. There is no way that Spencer Jones, in my opinion, is going to get traded. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but this guy's a stud, and it would be unbelievable to have Spencer Jones one day with Aaron Judge and Dominguez and Bellinger maybe at first base if he stays here long enough. I don't think he's going to opt out. I think that he's going to flourish. I know it's a lot of money, but if he hits the way he's going to hit and his mind is here and he's an MVP player again, look out, American League. The Yankees will be noticed for the next 5 to 8 years. I guarantee you that. Let's talk a couple of things in the chat. Warren is better in the bullpen. Totally agree with you. What I didn't like about Warren against the Dodgers, he overthrew. He was thinking too much. And he doesn't throw the ball 97, 98 miles an hour. He overthrew, he threw, and he tried to throwing fastballs up in the eyes. It doesn't work. You can't fool those Dodgers hitters. They're too good. They're too veteranized. There's no way. So Warren might have worked. Hopefully he learned from his mistake. So let's see how that goes. John Ferrazzo has a question. Warren pitching tomorrow. I have to go to my local drugstore for some Rolaids. Well, how do you really feel, John? Does everybody feel that way? You need to go to the drugstore for Rolaids? It's not that bad. Well, maybe some Tums. No, just kidding. You got to give the kid a little breathing room, guys, because of the fact that, he's young. I mean, he's pitching for one of the great franchises of all time, if not the greatest in American soil. So you have to give him a little pass. I know it's the Red Sox. I know we all want to beat them. There's no question about it. Hey, Ken, Dodgers don't chase pitches. Warren will do fine tomorrow. Everything this man says comes to fruition. Ken is amazing. And I couldn't have a better co-host in the morning for coffee, bagels. He's just the right element to have as a partner. And Ken, I can't thank you enough. You are a big part of NY Yankee Mania, and I thank you very, very much. And I'm looking forward to working with you time and time again. And by the way, folks, if you haven't listened or tuned in to Ken doing the play-by-play, you're missing a treat. You have to go. He's very, very good. He dissects the game, and you also feel that you're right on top of the action. He does a great job. NFE does a great job. So by all means, you got to test. You got to check it out. Go there, subscribe to his channel. He also does a dissection of a series during the daytime, usually at 10:15. So in other words, he'll come here, he rests a few minutes, and then he goes to 10:15. And then if the Yankees have a day game and he's calling the day game, you can imagine the hours he puts in for a passion that he loves and he does so well. So kudos to Ken, and thank you, Ken, for everything, and looking forward to tomorrow morning. Edgelock says we need Eel back in the rotation as soon as we get better. Warren gets to shaky sometimes starting, no question about it. But now I like to pose the question: who would you guys want as your 5-man when Eel comes back? So let's think about it. So you got Fried and you got Rodon. So who's going to be your number 3? You're going to put Eel in your number 3. So give me your 4th and 5th starters. Are you thinking like the Yankees that Stroman is going to make a wonderful comeback? What do you think? Is it going to be Warren? Is it going to be Yarborough? What do you guys think on this? Jonathan says Warren and Schmidt. Now, does that mean you want them in there or you want them to go to the bullpen? Let me know. Ken is saying ham and egg Joe. And what is that supposed to mean? All I did was say nice things about you. You call me a ham and egger? Even here I got to fight with you? I'm not going to fight with you tonight. Warren has adjusted to the majors. He'll be fine. Okay, Sean, we take your word for that. Celia, a little nervous about Warren pitching tomorrow. Yeah, we'll join the club with John Ferrazzo because he's going to get his Rolaids and Tums. John says, okay, 3-game series. How many home runs would Divas going to hit? How about none? And if you believe that, I'll sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. No, I think they'll contain him. But it's so important for the Yankees to jump on a lead first, and then you can contain him. Let's go to Ken. Just remember, Eel won't be Eel we had last season. After 4 or 5 starts, what we will have will be what you have will be what you have. Yes, but it's still better than probably what we have as a 5th starter or 4th starter now, except for Yarborough. Yarborough deserves to be in there until proven different. Absolutely, he deserves to be there. Jonathan says, Fried, Rodon, Gill, Warren, Smith, and Yarborough. That is your lineup. Okay, that's not bad. Does everybody agree with that? I'm going to pose that question to Ken. Ken, what Jonathan is saying, do you like that? The Fried, Rodon, Gill, Warren, Smith, or Yarborough? I would put Yarborough before Smith, to be totally honest with you guys. That's just me. Ken says, no, Joe. I said that I'm a ham and egg. Many great content creators. I just play a part. No, that's not true. That is not true at all. You're a good creator. You have a lot of good content, but there's only so much you do. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day, and what you do is a great job, and people are starting to see that. The subs are coming. Hey, I don't want to be a big head, but you're on one of the best morning shows on Coffee Bagels and Yankee Talk and the chat. Never forget that. You are the main man. I don't want to hear it. So I mean, come on, let's think positive. I think Gill's going to be a little bit better than Schmidt. I just have the feeling, so I would prefer Eel over Schmidt. Schmidt in the bullpen makes more sense to me. Well, in a way that's true, Celia, because he can air it out, and when he airs it out, he may get a different perspective from him. He doesn't have to go 5 innings. He can air out 50 pitches in 3 innings if you want. So you can definitely get that out of him. I don't think Ken says I don't think Smith is a major league starter. I believe that we're going to make a trade that takes him out of town. Okay, I definitely kind of agree with that. I don't see why not. I really don't. Let's see. Sean Browning, did you see my rotation? I'm looking, Sean. I'm looking. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm going to bring it up now. Fried, Rodon, Gill, Schmidt. Yes, I did. And I like Yarborough ahead of Warren, but I don't like Yarborough. I mean, I like Yarborough ahead of Schmidt. I don't want Schmidt there. I want Schmidt to be / Warren. That's the way I would do it. And I think Ken would probably agree with that. I really do. I think that would be the best combination. So it's Fried, in my opinion, Fried, Rodon, Gill, Yarborough, Smith, or Warren, unless barring a trade. So that's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Edgelock says, I agree with Ken. Smith will be traded. Okay. Well, he'll only be traded obviously if everybody's healthy. The question is, what are the Yankees going to do? Well, your guess is as good as mine. The Yankees don't tip their hand. When it looks like they're going to do nothing, they strike. When it looks like something's going to happen, nothing happens. So I think we can talk to it blue in the face, every creator. You can have round table, but only they know, and we all know that. Only they know what's really going to happen. So we just have to be ready for anything like that. And Ken, in a 5-game series format, Fried, Rodon, and Yarborough. Yes, I agree. But if Eel shows any sign of what he pitched last year, you got to throw him in there. I mean, that would be tremendous. Those three, and then Yarborough. So that would definitely be, that would be good. Sean Browning says, I'm available in the AM as well. Yes. The morning is going to always creators. We're going to have all kinds of good people on there, and I will send out notifications. And I appreciate everybody wanting to be part of this new hopeful sensational show that's going to keep growing for all of us. As I grow, you guys grow, and we grow and we grow and we grow. And there's going to be a lot of stuff here that you're going to love. You not only you love being a Yankee fan, but you're going to love the Yankee content. I promise you that. It's coming. You need some time to make things grow. And Rome wasn't built in a day. Yankee Mania wasn't built in a day. Ken's Ugly Truth is not built in a day. It all takes time. It takes effort. It takes everybody to be there and be a family. And that's what we are. And we're always looking to give you the best content we can. I know a lot of people like to see Ken and I argue. When it's cause for action, I will. Because, he's very good in his acknowledgments. I think I'm pretty fair with, my assessment of the Yankees for many, 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 many years. And, the two of us together, there's a lot of Yankee content in there. It's like an encyclopedia, to be honest with you. And I'm not tooting our horns because there is the knowledge there. And you guys are the knowledge of today. We are the knowledge of yesterday. So you put that together, you got a fantastic sandwich. You got it all. So, and I appreciate that. A couple of more questions before we end. I think possibility Eel and Yarborough, but with Yarborough's delivery, I think it has batters off balance more. Yes, totally agree. Totally. Oh, well, welcome back to the stream, 99/22. How you doing? Hopefully Wells gets sent down. It's poor Wells. He gets no respect here. No, I mean, listen, he's deserving of hearing these boos and everything. But, I mean, listen, I still believe in him. I'm a little disappointed. I thought by now he'd be a little bit more advanced. But listen, some people it takes more than others. The Yankees obviously see something big in this guy because he would have been sent down already. Because you're not surviving with a 208 catcher. You can, but not in Yankee land, and not a left-handed hitter that came up here because of his power. And if he's going to bat 208, the Yankees are going to have to reconsider probably at the end of the year or into the offseason. A couple of more questions. Guys, we're in good position to win many games, but I predict the Tigers and the Yankees in the ALCS. I agree with you 1,000,000%. I don't think anybody can argue that without a doubt. Without a doubt, Etchlock. Very, very good observation. Sean Browning, remember El Duque could keep batters off balance, the leg kick, and different arm angles. Yes, and in a small type of way, Yarborough does that because he throws all that junk. He definitely calls all that junk, Ken has a good statement here. My wife calls me the minister of useless information. Oh, come on, Ken. That's not true. You have a lot of good information. And aside from that, you're a great, great, great family man. And kudos to you. Also, don't see that Wells a long-term catcher for the Yankees. It's possible. I mean, our catcher might be in the minor leagues right now in AAA, and Rodriguez, Jesus Rodriguez, who every level he bats over 300, well into 300s, and he's got a cannon for an arm. He plays they're testing him out at third base, and he's passing the test. And it's a funny place, baseball. Today you're here, tomorrow you're gone. Look, I mean, down the line years ago, you had Sparky Lyle, great Yankee reliever in the mid-'70s, World Series team. He led them to the World Series in '77 before they get Goose Gossage in the winter because, George Steinbrenner had to have the best of the best. And Sparky Lyle never pitched an inning for the Yankees in 1978. So we call him Cy Young to Sayonara. And it's funny, a lot of the Yankees that won MVPs in the World Series, they're always gone the next year. Jim Leyritz was traded after he was MVP. Hideki Matsui, he was traded after he was MVP. I think the only one that would have survived would have been a Judge or a Jeter or a Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig or Mickey Mantle. So and that's a fact. Ken says I wouldn't be surprised to see the Astros take the Tigers out. Wow. I'm not sure about that. They also lost a couple of starting pitchers, remember, to injury. And they also have a couple of guys going to free agent. I wish the Yankees would look that way because one or two of their starters would look so good in Yankee pinstripes. So that, that would be amazing. I think the Yankees are going to look that way, to be honest with you, with the money that they're saving. So I look for, Hideki left free agency, but the Yankees let him go. He wanted to come back. He had every intention to come back. This is the World Series. He was the World Series MVP. He beat the Phillies by himself that last game. You don't think he was deserving of coming? The Yankees felt his knees were going. I mean, did he play that great when he was with the Angels? Not really. The Yankees got the best out of Hideki Matsui. No question about that. Ken says, just watch a few of the games. Astros are playing tough ball. Okay, I agree with you. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, but I don't think they're better than the Tigers. So I just don't see it. One or two more questions. Edgelock says, the West Division is still up for grabs. Yes, but it's a good division. Listen, don't count out our division because you need the Yankees. We need them to pull away more. As I've been saying, I will not be comfortable until it's a 9-10 game lead, and then you get a little rest. Here is okay as long as it's more than one hand. I'm okay with that. But the Yankees have to go on that. We need that role. Every team has a role. Do it again. Win another 9 out of 11. Win 6 in a row, then 10 out of 12. Something like that, and that will definitely make us relevant. And want to make a trade to solidify that 28th World Series. We're going to take one more, and that's Celia. How you doing? Every year there's a month where they slump. Yep. So I don't even think our division is set yet. True. I mean, you're looking at our division that two teams are over 500. But listen, the Orioles little by little are making noise. I know they're way out there, but you never know. Listen, when the Yankees came back from 14 and a half games on July 22nd, 1978, they had half the team down, and they came back. So I don't trust anything until Yogi says it's not over till it's over. When I hear the Yankees have won the division, that's when I calm down. So, guys, we had a great stream. I really appreciate it. Kudos to everybody in the chat. Thank you, NFE, for giving us a few minutes. Appreciate it. Looking forward to the morning of coffee, bagels, pancakes, French toast, you name it, omelets, and doing it with Ken in the morning at 8:30. So we're looking forward to that. In the meantime, as Ken would say, let's go Yankees. I give the kudos. I say good night for now, everyone. Be safe. And also, of course, God bless each and every one of you. And God bless America. Good night, everyone. And thank you so much for being a big part of NY Yankee Mania. See you at 8:30 in the morning, folks. Get some rest. Good night.